Hello, my name is Mariana and this is a reading for Aquarius. So Aquarius, I'm doing a reading as usual with my own deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. And Aquarius, I have to say, your readings are always so unusual and unexpected and reaching, it's almost like reaching the limits of my own ability to understand what is going on. And I feel like that's because Aquarius has this ability to stretch, right? Stretch our understanding of things, our ability to perceive further. And I feel like you're digging. Your reading today is all about digging. I feel like you are, it's like either you're doing some kind of research in terms of, family records or your family tree or stuff like that. It's all related to your ancestors, but also like roots. So finding your roots. And it's interesting because, the unusual character of your reading starts with the very first card that I'm already going to show you, the Tower, but actually it came reversed, upside down. And so when I saw this card upside down, it's interesting how, when the cards flip, in a sense, it's almost like giving a new type of vision or a new type of message that is being communicated through, the same regular cards. And I feel like, well, okay, so first of all, this Tower card, usually to me, this represents home or a safe place or, a place where you find comfort and security. So it's like within the walls of the Tower, you feel protected, Aquarius. But because it was reversed, it's not, like the reverse of that meaning. It's almost like go deeper into finding what gives you this sense of protection, what gives you the sense of comfort, what is under the surface. So what I'm seeing here, I'll try to explain this, but this drawing actually reminded me of the type of technical drawings that I used to do in architecture school. And this looked like a what is the name in English? Like a side view, right? If you slice a building in half, this is what you would see in a sense. But what I'm seeing here is like this line over here is the ground, right? And it's almost like here is like the river or some sort of it's like a type of a deep hole in a sense, or like it's coming more as a river, right? It's almost like there is some sort of very thin layer that is covering, it's almost like there is something on this border of the surface, like really close to the surface, that maybe you are aware of, right? It's like, meaning it's like the river being like this water that is constantly flowing and flowing and flowing. I feel like this is your known memory or the known history of your family, right? It's like the thin layer is, it's like it's not so hard to find these informations, right? But all of this that is under, right? This is talking about, it's like go deeper, go more within. It's like you have to dig a little bit more, Aquarius, this time, because otherwise you will just be taken by the strength of the river, right? The current of the river will just take you in the same flow of the same memories, of the same stories. It's like you have to get to this spot here because it's almost like there are pieces that are yet to be discovered, right? And they are buried really, really, really deeply. So it requires you, it's like you have to swim a little stronger so that you're not taken by the current, but also it's like you have to go deeper, right? You have to maybe research a little bit more. And the reason why I'm saying this is not only, you know, related to home because of this card, but because of the Ten of Pentacles that is following. So of course this card, you know, and there's something else that I want to mention for you, Aquarius, here. I've never seen so many pentacle cards in Aquarius reading before, because I feel like you're so out there, and for some reason your reading today feels very, very earthy, feels, you know, like you are digging the earth, that you're unearthing something, or it's like you're, I don't know if you're uprooting. I feel like you're diving into the roots. It's not like you're, you know, taking things out of the earth. It's more like you're jumping into the earth. It's like you're, I don't know, it's like you're digging something. That keeps coming up, that word digging. So you're digging to find something about family, about roots, about where you came from, about history. And, you know, it links to, it's like earth ties, right? Blood ties, things that are earthly bound, or human attachments, or human connections, you know. It's coming through as like a, you know, a family tree. So it's like you want to learn more about where you came from, essentially. And so, okay, so Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, more Pentacle cards. Not only you're trying to understand your story and your ancestors and your parents and your grandparents, and, you know, it's like your family traditional line, right? Or what unfolded for them, maybe within this land or within this space, this city, this neighborhood. So I feel like you are unearthing. You are more than that. It's like you're digging, right? I'm just correcting myself. It's like you're digging to find something that at first you're looking towards those who came before you, right? With the Ten of Pentacles. But then with these two cards, you know, first of all, the Four of Pentacles and then the Five of Pentacles. And it's interesting because usually to me, you know, because the Five of Pentacles is, you know, becoming this card of individuality, right? Of self, of your own awareness of who you are and your full presence. So when we see the Four of Pentacles coming first, it's like when you are so immersed in this search, in this in it, trying to find more, right? Trying to find things that are way below the surface. It's like way beyond, sorry about the noise, way beyond what you know already, right? It's like going deeper, digging deeper. And so because it's almost like you're trying to find maybe, you know, relatives who are still alive, you know, the old ones, the elderly who know the stories, or who know secrets, or who know things that are not so easy to, you know, or maybe that, you know, if they don't tell you, it's like this part of their story is going to be lost. So it's like there is a lot that you're trying to rebuild, that you're trying to, it's like you're trying to find the pieces of the puzzle that are arranged together in a certain order, and, you know, coming from the stories of the ones before you, right? It's like they conform like a type of spatiality in a sense because of the Four of Pentacles, but one that it's like it's not so natural for you to see yourself in it. It's like it takes a while. It's almost like you are, you know, gathering all of the pieces. You're gathering all of the stories, all of the whatever, all of the documents, all of the old pictures, all of the whatever you can find, right? It's like you're, you know, dot by dot, piece by piece, you're trying to put this all together in a way that makes sense, right? It's like you are establishing an order, you're making sense of what you're receiving. That is all. It's almost like this is not a space that you've known, because it's like you're going deeper, right? You're going to this unknown space. So for you, well, it's almost like this space here, you know, just above the surface is a space that you know. But because you're digging deeper, Aquarius, I want to say that this new space that you're trying to it's like you're trying to rebuild, right? It's almost like maybe if you're, you know, researching your parents' childhood or your grandparents' childhood, it's like you're going to another space and time. You're going to another era, perhaps, right? Maybe it's almost like you're trying to make sense of, well, you're trying to give some context to what you're receiving, to then put yourself in that space. It's almost like at first you have to reconstitute every single piece of the puzzle. But then once this is established and there is some order that, you know, makes sense to you, it's like now is the time that you can travel to that space and time, or, you know, project yourself there or imagine yourself there in a way that is, you know, I often talk about, you know, the energy of the individual with the Five of Pentacles, but then with the 10 of Pentacles, it's like doubling that, right? So if here you were using reference from other people, right? From your relatives, from your parents, grandparents, etc. It's like these are not you, right? These are your ancestors, right? Who came before you. But once you are rebuilding based on what they told you, on what they passed on to you, it's like now is the moment where you feel comfortable to go there, essentially, right? To revisit that space, that, because, you know, time and, you know, maybe life in general, it's like this space does not exist now, right? It's not what is above the surface. It's not the present day space that you know, right? This is an old space, like a past space in which, you know, your ancestors inhabited, and now is the time that it's almost like now you're seeing yourself there, right? It's almost like you're bridging that gap, but it's like you're joining space and time, but it's like you're going backwards, essentially. And that is giving you, Aquarius, I want to say, a lot of joy, but a lot of curiosity. It's almost like the more you feel like you are able to be there and to feel like you belong, it's almost like the more that you dig, the more you feel like, you know, you are from this family. You understand more about yourself, because it's almost like you're seeing things that you didn't know about your family, right? So when you learn about that, it's like you learn about yourself too, and learning about yourself gives you immense boost. So this Knight of Wands was talking about the ignition of your soul, Aquarius, and this is very, very profound, I want to say, because I feel like maybe you had, you know, with the Tower, maybe something very big happened to set you out on this journey, right? To set you off on this, well, just to make you have some interest in going on this search, right? But I feel like the more you find, the more you know, the more you gather, the more you learn. It's like you are learning about self. You are learning about who you are in this present time because of those who came before you, right? And knowing things that are just way below the surface, right? It's like really deep stuff. So here, not only you feel ignited, it's almost like you It's like you're happy to be alive, Aquarius. You're happy to explore. And this is giving you, in this present day, in this physical body, in this, it's like this now moment, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, is giving you like, it's almost like you go from understanding self and feeling good about yourself and feeling refreshed and excited about your life and about, you know, who you are becoming because of those who came before you. It's like it's not ego oriented. It's more like knowing who you are. It's like knowing who were those who came before you is giving you more information to know who you are. But then it's not that you stop there, right, Aquarius? It's like you want more, right? With the, it's like, you know, if you see here the five is here, but also there are 2 extra pentacles here. And what I'm seeing here is like the way that this transforms you, the way that this ignites your soul, the way that this shakes you up in a very exciting way. This is giving you, from your own perspective, your current perspective, your present day perspective, a multitude of angles to perceive. Or it's like you're not only, it goes back to this. If you started out seeing yourself, well, seeing your story or seeing your family through the eyes of others, through the eyes of your parents and your grandparents, and then you turned your sight to yourself, right? It's like now you are looking at yourself in a new way because you had already seen from their perspective. So now it's like you're looking back at yourself and recognizing yourself in a new, refreshed, transformed way. And that is giving you, it's almost like a new hunger, right? It's like, because you're having like this multidimensional perspective, but from where you are, right? It's almost like you're able to travel to the past, but you're not stuck there. It's like you're just gaining this multitude of different perspectives that are just opening up your sight, your vision, your ability to perceive from where you are, right? And this is giving, like, this is it's like that 360 ability to perceive, right? It's like, it's not that you're just aware of who you are and what's in front of you and who you've become, you know, thanks to your history or thanks to what you've learned from these people, or, you know, from what they taught you. Is more like what they are teaching you now with these new findings, with what you're discovering now that is deeper than, you know, everything that you've ever known from them. It's giving you the possibility of, it's almost like a lighthouse, right? You are from this, that's so amazing, from this tower, right? You went deeper and deeper and deeper, and that is the reason why you're able to now, even though you are still pretty much grounded, right? Grounded in a way that you are not out of this body, or you're not dreaming. It's like you're pretty much awake and aware and conscious of everything that is happening. It's like, you know, that like a lighthouse, it's like you can look at every direction. You have awareness of every single angle, right? Of every single direction that you want to turn. And that gives you, how do I explain this Five of Swords? Is related to the Five of Pentacles. It's like, the more you find about who you are and those, you know, who came before you, and, you know, it's like consequently who you are and who you have become and who you want to become even further. It's like who you're being transformed in this multidimensional being. Or it's not that you're being transformed in this multidimensional being. It's like you're becoming aware that you are this multidimensional being in a way that it's like your body is becoming lighter, right? Your body is turning into a more etheric kind of, it's okay. So I'll try to explain in a way that is easier, not to be too out there, although I know you might be the, you know, the sign that is most, you know, likely to enjoy these out there messages. But however, because there are so many pentacles also here, I'll try to bring it down to earth. So if you were conscious and aware of your body, of yourself, of your present moment, of everything that came before you, you know, every perspective, every single ancestor, you know, all of the family tree dynamic that led to who you are right now, there is still this tie, there is still this, you're bound, right? You're bound to earth, you're bound to the family tree, you're bound to what grounds you, you're bound to the density. So the more you realize that what is being sparked in you is this multitude of perspectives, right? It's this ability to become aware of everything around you, right? In this 360 radius, it's like your being becomes lighter, your body becomes lighter, the density, the gravity of earth doesn't have the same pull, right? It's almost like you don't feel as weighed down, you don't feel as heavy, you don't feel as pressured, you don't feel like you know, you're being pulled down. It's almost like you had to go down to discover that, you know, you are this light being, but not just in a sense that you're the lighthouse, but in terms of weight, right? And that is so amazing. I just really enjoy this message, Aquarius, but I'm going to pull more cards for you to see where this is going to lead, you know, forward. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes, which are here in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.